Alright, so time for some network upgrade. This is a brand new switch right here. It's from Ubiquiti. It's the Unifi 16 Pro Max PoE version. Let's unbox this. Alright, so before that, I've been using this Netgear unmanaged switch, which has like 5 ports in it and it's like tiny and all that. It works for the most part, but in this new studio, I'm with my sister and my family. We are starting to realize that we need more ports for the network. You know, we're getting more and more switches right here. No, not switches, computers and devices. So we need a bigger switch, need to upgrade it, and why not get the brand new Unifi switch? So right off the bat, the packaging is like all paper and all that. It looks good actually, surprisingly, even though it's like very simple. And let's open this. Does it have any? Oh, okay, yep, no. Everything is just like the picture on the front, unifi.ui.com on the back, and that's pretty much it. Let's take this out. Wow, so I must say, I was expecting it, how to say that, like professional, mid to enterprise level switch to be a lot bigger. This one, I think it's like the sweet spot. It's like not too big, it's a little small, but at the same time, you know, it's 16 ports. So I think it's pretty good for a home lab server, because like the 24 might be way too big already. Like you are entering, you know, into serious territory of like home lab networking and all that. But this one, I don't really need 24 right now, just 16. So that is why I'm, you know, opting for this one. This is $399, $400, and then 24 is $800. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the power brick. It's massive, but you know, for a reason, because this is a PoE version. It has the ports can power the devices. Like if you plan on setting up a security camera, especially with the, you know, with Ubiquiti and all that, you don't need a power adapter. You just plug this in the switch and it will automatically power it. Wi-Fi, access points and all that. That's one of the reasons why I love this. I have to wait for this one. Apparently it's always sold out. Anyways, this is how big the power adapter of the Unifi switch. Pretty massive actually. It's almost like 1/3 or almost like, no, yeah, about like 1/3 of the switch right here. Crazy. It's 210 watts of power on this one. Okay, let's peel this off. And at least from my impression, Ubiquiti is kind of like the Apple for like networking and, you know, small to medium, maybe enterprise level. Yeah, I think they have enterprise grade devices as well. This one is pretty interesting actually. Like there's a paper on top and there is like a, what do you call this? Like, you know, the liquid leveler or balancer. Pretty interesting. We might have to use this later on. I think this is wall mountable if you want. I'm not planning on it, but enough talk. Okay, we have some screws right here. Screws and some washers. We have 3M stickers and I'm not sure what this is. It's like a ring. Anyways, we have like rubber feet. Probably gonna use the rubber feet for now because I have like a tiny storage for my networks and my router and all that. What are these? Pretty interesting that they put it here. Oh, okay. These are for the wall mounting brackets right here. Let's open one of them. These are the wall brackets, you know, so you can screw them in and all that. And also, since this switch is small, I believe you can get a like a extended bracket where you're going to be placing this in on the side, something like this. You'll be able to mount this on a rack mount and all that, which is pretty good. I plan on getting that, but it's currently sold out right now. Even this I had to wait. Anyways, the second one, yep, you get a pair of this brackets right here. You get 2, and they're metal, of course. They should be metal, and it's pretty good. Feels premium, to be honest with you. Pretty good. I like that. Power cable right here, all white, some sort of like an Apple type of thing. Even the rubber band here is white. And yep, 3-prong for the US. Yep, pretty good. The white on this one is not, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be on top. You won't have any fingerprints. On the side though, it's a little bit glossy, if I may. I wonder why, but yeah, top and bottom, they're not too glossy, which is good. It has the Unifi logo right here, 210 watts at the back, and I believe this would be the instructions manual, which is really tiny with the Unifi logo in here. Pretty interesting. This is the first time I've seen this. Let's see. Wow, pretty tiny. That's very smart. Then it comes out, all the writings here, all the text is so tiny. I mean, I can read it, but it's like really tiny. I'm not sure if you guys can even see it. It's crazy. But yeah, you have the QR code right here for installation guide. We might have to do that because we're probably gonna have to download their software. This is a managed switch and all that. Okay, enough talking on that. Let's put this away. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I also got a few patch cables right here. I'm curious because it was like $4, a little bit more expensive especially. But you know, it's patch cable and it says this one is like transparent. So if I believe this one has lighting on the ports, so we might have a Christmas tree switch. But I only like bought 3 of them because, you know, I don't want it to be like too glowy and all that. We want to tuck it away. Well, I just wanted to review this unbox if I can. It's a little tight in here. Like, it takes a little bit of effort to take it out, but it's pretty interesting. Wow. So this patch cable, all white again, very slim cable right here. And then the RJ45 is really compact and slim. Look at it. This one is, I think this is like 0.1 meter or something. Anyways, I digress. And then we have a little bit longer. I think I got this. This is a 0.3 meters. I don't know. This is longer. This is shorter. Okay, there's a comparison right here. There were like 2 cables in it. 2 versions rather. Anyway, let's open this bad boy up. I'm kind of excited actually. So, all metal, which is good. Silver, is it silver? Yep. And then it's on top, the back, there's one power port right here with the AC adapter. Is there anything else? No. And pretty simple, clean. I like it. I would say elegant, but yeah, it's good. Looks kind of like, you know, Apple type of theme with the MacBook and all that. And this one has an LCD screen right here, and it says USW Pro Max, and then with the power here, so it's PoE. So with this one, it has 2 versions. You know, the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first 12 ports from 1 through 12 is PoE Plus rather. You can see the icons right here. There's like power, PoE Plus, and then from ports 12 through 16, it's PoE++. So that would have like higher wattage. Just want to make sure. Yeah, it says here a total of 180 watts total PoE availability. This has 4 ports of 2.5 gigabytes PoE, so which is what I like. So from ports 12 through 16, it's PoE++, and it's 2.5 gigabits per second, if I'm not mistaken. And then the rest, the ports 1 through 12 is 1 gigabits per second for now. So let us set this up. I'm gonna hook this up, and then we're gonna try to download and see how we can set this up. I plan on getting, I also have a wireless access point, the U7 Pro, but that's going to be for the next video, so watch out and tuning on that. I'll be right back. All right, so this is, I just plugged this in right now, so it's turning on. I haven't initialized anything yet. I'm still using the Fires G130-100 right now, but we're going to unbox in the next video for the U7 Pro, and we're going to test it out. But the ports really, you know, they are glowing and stuff, really nice. And as you can see, there is an LCD screen right here, which is pretty good. And then this is hooked up to my Protectly Volt right here. It's installed with PF Sense. So this was good already. I already had a unboxing review on this, but we are going to set this up in a bit. All right, so I've just installed the Unifi Switch at the back. And before we are going to go to the software, you know, we're going to be downloading and all that. Let's look at the specs again. Basically, this is what it is. So as you can see, it has the LED screen right here, 1.3 inch. We have 12 gigabit ports PoE Plus, like I said, and the 2.5 gigabits PoE++ on this one. It's from port 13 through 16. You know, correction. 1 through 12 is the gigabit, and then ports 13 through 16 is the 2.5 gigabits per second. Also, we have 2 other ports, which is the 10 gigabit SFP Plus ports that I forgot to mention right there. So it's the other two right here, but you're gonna need a, what do you call this? A dongle and adapter for that. SFP rather, not SPF, SFP plus. And then there's the reset button. And again, at the back, it has the power input port right here. This is a layer 3 switching, by the way. And the good thing about this one is it's silent. It's, you know, it's fanless, so it's silent. But I'm kind of wondering how hot this can get. So we'll see on that. And then you'll see on the B-roll, the ports light up, which is pretty good actually. If you ask me, it's like a Christmas light and stuff. But I digress. Anyways, so that's that. You can also see right here, well, this is a layer 3, but also it has layer 2 switching, you know, STP, port isolation, VLAN. That's what we are aiming for once we get the U7 Pro access point on this one. But right now, enough talking. What we are going to do is, I've already downloaded it, but you want to go to ui.com/download, and then you're going to download the Unifi network server. The old name, if I'm not mistaken, is the Unifi controller, but this is the new software right here, Unifi network server, and then you choose which OS you are using, or you know, which app for the OS that you have right now. I have downloaded the Mac OS because I'm on my virtual machine right now and I'm using the Mac OS on my VM. So I've already downloaded that and installed. So after installing, you will see this window, Unifi network server, and then there's like a pre-configuration or something if I'm not mistaken, but you will click on manage server in this browser, and then you will be brought into the Unifi login page. So let me just type in my password right here for my 1Password, and then log in, and then you will be set. Okay, it wants to verify. This is because I already have an online account with Unifi, but I'm gonna have to use other methods right now because I'm using my iPhone as the the B-roll right now. So authentication right here, not a problem. Then once verified, this is the dashboard for the Unifi network server right here. So we are at the dashboard right here, the admin dashboard. As of right now, I don't have any access point plugged in. That will be for the next video. We're going to be unboxing and reviewing that U7 Pro. But for now, we're going to go to the topology and we're going to set this up. But before that, as you can see, it has right here, you will see the Unifi devices. It already detected. You will have to adopt it, but not yet. You know, I want to show you guys what the other menu right here. We have insights, third-party gateway, admins, that's me. Let's skip that. And then, yep, you have to click on adapt to get all this. Then we have settings. Yep, the configuration option in this section require a Unifi access point. Yeah, I haven't picked that up. We have to review that. That's for the next video. But we can go to systems, and then you will see everything right here. First impression, by the way, on the UI for the Unifi dashboard. It looks like the Mac OS or the Apple, which is appreciated. Some people may not like it, some people do. I happen to like the UI. You know, good aesthetics, you know, can make you want to try it out, want to use it more, basically. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so after clicking the adopt button, it's updating right now, so we are going to wait. I've already set up some of the VLANs on my pfSense right here. I use pfSense. Let me see if I can show it to you. So right now I have set up here my staff, guest, and IoT. These ones right here, and I have some of my VPN and all that. But that's for another video. Right now we are going to be waiting, and with the power of video editing, we are going to jump. Okay, so now it's ready and it's up to date. What we have to do is to, you know what? Let's check on the topology first. So this is how the UI looks like. Wow, okay, this is pretty cool actually. This is the first time, by the way, so just so you know, that I have used a Unifi UI. But basically, it's giving you an overview of how many devices I have connected to the switch. Mind you, not all ports are connected. It's basically, I have like the hub for the Philips Hue hub, which has a few devices, so it's going to show. It's basically showing here right now. It's not really, you know, set up properly yet, but that's, at least you can see its layout tree or something, and you can see all of it here, like what's registered or what's connected to the network. So what we are going to do, if I'm not mistaken, we have to set up the VLANs like what I did on the VLANs on pfSense. So we have to go here. Okay, so at least just to show you under ports section, these are the ports that are actually connected right now. So not all, like, well, how many was that? Like 24 or something? Only 4 ports are connected, but then I'm using the Fios G3100 as the Wi-Fi access point. And, you know, quite a few IoT devices connected there. I will be setting it up, but that's for another video. Right now, we're gonna do basic VLAN setup. So let's see right here. All right, so under networks, we are going to be creating the virtual network again. I already started with 2, the staff and the guest. Create the last network right here, which is the IoT that I created on pfSense. We have to match the VLAN IDs for the Unifi Switch and the pfSense router, basically. So this one, we're gonna name it IoT, and then, I don't know, for now, I'm still not decided, but I want to try to see if it can use the Pro Max 16 PoE. I'm not sure if it matters right now, but we're going to do it anyways. So for the host address, I think it's going to be host address 1, and then manual, this will be 20. Isolation network, it's IoTs. I would want to enable this. The HB range would be from 10 to 1020 to 200. DHCP guarding protects against rogue DHCP servers by only permitting trusted ones. I mean, I'm not sure if this matters again, so I'm just gonna add it anyways, just so I'll be able to see. Okay, so all 3 here have been added, all the VLANs, and multicast filtering. It has IoT auto discovery. Okay, so it's gonna check, I guess, the IoT. I should remove staff right here. And for guest, I'll leave it for now. I'm gonna have to add IoT here as well. For its multicast filtering basically prevents unnecessary flooding from multicast to ports where receivers are connected. And yep, okay, what is this one? USB ACL rules to block traffic between specific devices on different networks. Block all IP devices in different networks. This blocking is applied to the switch level. Yeah, I mean, it's IoT, device isolation, block all communication in between devices. No, I don't want to block it actually, because we need Alexa and all that to run properly. So we're gonna apply changes for now. Wait, okay, I have to create another entry. Network isolation, this is, I wanna isolate the IoT. The guest, maybe. Oh no, so the IoT isolate from the staff. Yep, okay, so IoT isolated from the staff, okay. Another one, I want the guest to isolate from the staff as well. Okay, not sure if I wanna enable this yet, but let's apply changes. So there you go. Let's go to security, clear history, country restrictions. Don't really need that for now. Port forwarding. So this one is a little tricky. I have all the port forwarding on my router, so I guess I'm not sure if this matters here right now. I'm not gonna put that yet. ACL rules, block all switches, blah, blah, traffic and firewall rules. Set it for simple right now. I'm not gonna do a lot of advanced setup at the moment. I just want this to be set up and go, and want to see, you know, unboxing, simple unboxing in this one right now. And then for the next video, I will be doing more specific routing on these ones. But for now, I have 4 ports connected, especially my Unraid server, the VMs that I'm running right now. I have my router, I have my network attached storage, and all my IoTs. So, got all the VLANs right here. All right, so after setting up everything, updates and all, I finally got it. Here we have everything. If you can see, it's connected to the internet. Let's go to Unifi devices. So you can see here, USW Pro Max 16 PoE. It's up to date. Its uplink is 2.5 GBE, experience 2.5 GBE, connected 24, and then usage, download and upload. If you click on that, here on the right side, we have quite a few devices here. These are mostly like smart lights, laptop phones, all those phones. And if you notice, they're mostly on port 1 because that's where the Fios G3100 router is. I'm using it as a Wi-Fi access point. So yeah, it's not really a router. I use the pfSense for the router, but the Fios, you know, does its job for Wi-Fi. And then one port 2, pretty sure this is the Philips Hue, and then a bunch of devices on the port 16. It's not really 4, but it's the Unraid server, so you know there are different virtual machines and all that right there. So just to double check, let me redo this one. We can check the speed test again because I was checking it earlier. So there you go. We got I have a gigabit Fios internet right here, so this is pretty good. Probably on the next video, I'm gonna go in depth on VLAN and how, you know, restrictions, access points, and stuff on the Unifi Switch. But right now, everything is working to the internet. Was able to replace the small switch that I got. And there's a bit of a learning curve, but pretty good. I'm gonna be testing the U7 Pro next time. But that's it for now. Don't forget to smash the like button, and if you haven't yet, consider subscribing to the channel. This is Lars, and I'll see you on the next video.